girls from Girls Aloud, Miranda, they think it's a great idea to have maybe 10 or 12 children each, I think.
Just when they thought they'd seen it all in the music industry. A woman with 11 children, another one on the way.
Exactly right. It's the way to go.
None of you have got kids, have you?
No. Thank God. I don't know how we would cope. We're so busy working. We wouldn't have any time to look after one.
You wouldn't fit in those jeans, I tell you, if you'd had 11 of them, that's for sure. Looking very snazzy and very tight this morning. So, listen, you've got a new single.
Yes.
Which you just heard. That's in a no, which sounds great. And it does sort of have a Girls Aloud sound, doesn't it? Now, I don't know, I kind of know what that is, but it is there, isn't it? We know. Where does that come from? Is that something you do? Is that the right? How does it work?
I think it comes from just working with the same team. You know, we know them so well, they know us so well now, so that when we go in the studio, we kind of just create it. It just happens.
Yeah.
It's just that.
Started with Underground, really did.
Yeah.
Big bass
It's always
beats, great.
been kind of like left to centre. We had Love Machine, which was kind of really out there, and then something kind of was dancey. And this is like a progression from that, dancey, but still very Girls Aloud. You can definitely tell it's us.
And it's an album coming, which you had a bit more involved. What does that mean? Have you all been sort of squirreling away writing?
Yeah, doing melodies and lyrics and just bits and bobs, really. So we've taken our time a little bit more with this album, just so we don't want to rush it out too quick, rather get it
It's exciting,
good,
yeah. It's like our 5th album now, so it's still got that real nervous thing, because you never quite know how it's going to be received.
And as well, like, it's been 2 years since we recorded an album, because last year was the greatest hits, and we only did a few songs, so it's nice to get back into the
Something
studio.
new and fresh and different. I mean, I genuinely forget. We talked about this earlier, weren't we? When you were on earlier before, genuinely forget where you came from, which was a reality show. It seems to have been put to bed. That doesn't it? Do you find when you're looking at shows like X Factor, which 10 million of us are, it's a huge success again this year. When we're watching shows like that, do you sort of find yourself thinking, God, I can't believe I ever went through that process?
Oh, definitely.
Really?
When you watch it, it's just one of those things. You think there is no way, no money in the world can make us go back and stand in front of those judges. You don't know what you're putting yourself up for at the time. For us, it worked out really, really well, and we've been successful, and we've been able to, keep making music. But for a lot of people, it just, creates a lot of hardship in their lives, meaning they can't go back to work because they're famous, but not famous enough to keep releasing songs, and it's a really hard.
Do you feel that you can look at the people, the auditionees, and spot the ones that are going to be good and are going to make it? Not just from the singing, but the sort of...
What I find is when you're watching it, you get bellyache, because you know how they feel, so you're like, oh my God, you feel nervous for them.
And when
that's really strange.
Like the live shows, I just think I cannot believe I did that. I can't believe it. I don't think I did.
It was awful. It doesn't feel like
You started Glastonbury. Or was it V?
Yes, it was a V.
So I was there. It's grand to go. It's great watching all these people that really snooty about the idea of Girls Aloud. Desperate to get in and being turned away because it was too full. I mean, you've been kind of looked after, but also taken a lot of control yourself through the industry as well. And we've been talking this morning about poor old Amy Winehouse. Goodness me, what's the problem she's got? Very worried. Her family very worried about what she's going through. And also people saying, where does the music industry come in on this? When should they say, let's stop giving this girl awards?
I don't think it's about the music industry. It's, it's personal. I mean, we could have all took that road if we had have chosen to. Anybody out there could. It's got nothing to do with the music industry. I know people from back home who are in exactly the same situation. There's thousands of people out there. It's just because she is in the public eye that it's more heightened. But I think she should still be recognised for the work she's done so far. It's an amazing album, and from a very, very talented person to do that, I think she needs to be rewarded for that.
Because her husband's father was saying maybe it's time that we stop buying the records and all of that.
I don't think that's fair. I think at the time, I think you put under a lot of pressure, I think, in their position.
Okay, brilliant. That music's coming.
We've
We've
got
got
to
to stop it. Good luck with the new single and the album.
Thank you very much.
A 16th top 10 hit.